Hello everyone, my name is David Truth and I'm here.
Brian McCaffrey.
Okay, so today we are here to discuss about computer hardware and how hardware components. Um, okay, so today we are here to talk about hardware and how hardware components operate, and we are going to dive into more details about computer hardware. So, firstly, let's go about what hardware is.
Okay, so I think computer hardware means the physical parts of a computer that we can see and touch, basically.
Okay, and also we have some computer hardware components, and the components we also have some groups. We have grouped the computer hardware into some various groups, and one is inputs.
Okay, we also have the output, but then because we are talking about the hardware today, we are just going to talk about some examples of the hardware, which are the keyboard, the mouse, the monitor, the printer, and then which one again?
And also the projector.
Okay, so talking about computer hardware, like my brother said, he said it can be divided into different groups. And then, and as we mentioned earlier, the inputs, and these are the devices that you use to enter data into the computer, right? And some examples of these ones we mentioned earlier. The second group is the output, which I mentioned. And I want my brother to take over from there.
Okay, so when we talk about output, they display the information after the input device have processed the information into the system. It is the output device work to display the information for the computer.
So I think there are some examples that we would like to give. So we have the monitor,
And we have the printer.
we have the speaker as well.
Yeah.
And another group is also the processing devices. And these are the parts that processes data and control the computer. I hope you agree with me.
Yeah, I agree. And a good example is the CPU, which is called the brain of the computer.
The brain.
Yeah.
So we also have storage devices that uses to store data, and information for future uses as well. Examples of these ones are the hard disk.
And the SD drive, memory card, the one that we use in our various mobile phones and all that.
We also have the CD and then the DVD.
Yeah.
But I think for now, let's talk about some important hardware components.
Yeah. So when we talk about the hardware, one component is the keyboard. The keyboard is used for typing letters, and also we can use the keyboard for playing games and all that.
And we also have the mouse that is used for pointing, clicking, dragging, and selecting items on the screen.
And also the monitor. The monitor is mainly used for displaying information.
Okay, so we have the motherboard. Is a main circuit board that connects all the parts of the computer together.
And also the RAM, which means the random access memory. It's the computer's temporal memory.
This means the RAM stores data. It's being used at the moment, but it loses the data when the computer is actually switched off.
Okay, so now the hard drive or SSD stores files and programs permanently.
Okay. There is also the power supply unit. Yes. That one, it also provides power to the computer. It's also important to know the difference between the hardware and then the software because they are two different things altogether. And I
Okay.
think you take the hardware for now.
Okay, so hardware refers to the physical part of the computer, and we also have software. While the software refers to that program that tells the computer how to perform some instructions, or it also gives the computer some instructions to perform.
Okay, I think there are some examples that we can give. We have the keyboard, it is a hardware, while let's say the Microsoft Word is also a software.
Yeah, yeah. Computer hardware is very important because it helps the computer to receive data, process it, store it, and also produce an output which is displaying.
Okay, so without the hardware, the computer cannot basically
No,
function.
the computer cannot function.
It will
So
never.
here you conclude everything by saying computer hardware refers to the physical components of a computer that can be seen and also what? Touched.
I think each hardware part performs a special function, and together they help the computer to work effectively. Yeah.
Yeah. So here is our end of our presentation.
Thank
Thank
you very
you.
much for joining us.
Yeah.